You enter a day with your whole heart intact, and then you leave a day with knowing that half of your heart is going to have to leave with this community. It's a bad day. I mean, it's by far the worst day I've ever weathered. You sit there and you listen, and no one wants to leave their homes despite the conditions. Every person has said that they're living with mice or roaches or bed bugs or deplorable conditions, but they don't want to leave this community. They have never lost hope in what Cairo has and the plan that God has had for their lives. So yeah, I mean, today's been a really hard day, but this is not my story. This is the 200 families who occupy Elman and McBride. This is their story, and their story impacts so many lives, countless lives. That's immeasurable. There's no dollar amount that can quantify an impact that 200 families and their 435 students have in all of our lives, and the 78 employees that are employees of our district. There's no measure, no quantifiable measure in the impact that all of those people have in the climate, the culture, and the fabric of our community. I mean, it is devastating what this will do. That little voice inside of you, probably told me, there was trepidation in my heart for a long time because I've been to a few meetings, and there's just been moments where you just knew that there weren't answers, or there just wasn't the openness or the true dialogue. It was just more one-sided. And yeah, I think you always hoped for an outcome that would be fair and would help the regrowth and rebuilding of our community. Last week we had Harvest Market come to town, and that was hope again. You're talking 20-some employees, and that gave you the optimism. But within housing, since the story broke in the Southern Illinois, and what we've seen in the school district is a child leaving almost every other day. We've had close to 100 students leave over the course of the year because they've left for, other places. And that was choice. This is not choice anymore. These individuals don't have a choice.